Omen Quest 101, an introduction to a game created by Relifor.
Hi guys, my name is Corey. You guys may know me by my artist name Relifor on Twitter or Instagram or any other social media. I've actually, oh by the way, it's 2017 coming up. I want to say you guys have a very happy and blessed 2017. The purpose for this video is I actually just want to give you guys an introduction to a project of mine that I've been working on for about two and a half years. It's called Omen Quest. This is the box right here. This is actually an old box right now, but it's actually a tabletop card game that requires 2 players or 4-player co-ops, 2 teams distinctively, where the whole objective is 2 players or 4 players are trying to win as many rounds in a 5-round system. And you want to win as many rounds as possible if you can, and try to not die out by maintaining your possession of these cards. These are called Haven cards. These are called Castle cards here because these are actually from the old deck, but they'll be retitled as Haven cards. But that's pretty much the objective of the game. The actual theme and title of the game, Omen Quest, actually relates to something I had invented a long time ago, but I'll get into that later. That's a whole nother story. But after this, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a quick demonstration of how the game is played. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Omen Quest is a game built around a 5-round system where 2 players or 2 teams compete with each other to win as many rounds as possible using specific card moves. In the game, both players or teams will have a stack of Haven cards, which keeps you alive in the game, and a coin stash that you will expense in the game to make certain card combinations. Okay, so here we have a typical setup for a 2-player game. Both players have 5 cards in possession, as you see. And you will always want to have 5 cards in possession at all times. In this setup, as you see, we have evil versus good cards. Evil on top, good cards on the bottom. Evil player starts first. Each player has a stash of 10 Haven cards, which you use to pull. I'll explain that in a bit. And you have a stash of 10 coins. Okay, here's how the gameplay is for each player's turn. You have 10 Haven cards, which you can only pull up to 3 times per turn, as you will want to or need to pull in order to establish card combinations you may or may not have in your hand. So I'll proceed to make a pull of 2 Haven cards in order to pull 2 cards from my guild. Since your deck is pre-shuffled before the game, the cards are usually random when pulled. Here a player will decide to keep the cards for use or discard them back into their guild. Now, for the coins in the game, you use these to play card combinations in your hand. Right now, I have a card move called a court, which is gods, kings, and queens, which I'll expense 2 coins in order to make this move. Pretty simple. Now, for these guys. What are these guys and how do they play? We have Ultimate cards, Kingdom cards, Event cards, and Wilds. Here we have what you call Ultima cards. In their own distinctive decks, the evil cards are called Wraths. The good cards are called Aegis. They are pretty much in order from High Wrath and High Aegis all the way down to the suited Wraths and the suited Aegis, in that particular order. And these are actually the highest cards in the deck. Alright, next up we have what you call wild cards. Evil wild cards and good wild cards. They behave equally. We have the Kingdom Wilds, which is the guy in the silhouette, and then we have the Event Wilds. Kingdom Wilds can replace any Kingdom card that you don't have, and Event Wilds can replace any Event card that you don't have. Our next lineup is what you call your Kingdom cards, which goes from Gods, Kings, Queens, and Jack. For the sake of this video, we still have Jacks. This is actually part of the old deck, but the Jacks are actually replaced by a card called Master, which is actually the lowest card of the Kingdom cards. And lastly, we have what we call our event cards. These are in order from attack, block, and cast. These guys behave in a rock, paper, scissors fashion. So attack beats a block beats cast, and cast beats attack, and so on and so on, in that order. The only time that becomes different is if the value of that event card is higher than its higher event card. So a block 3 could be an attack 1, and a cast 2 can be a block 1. And that block 3 can beat that attack 1. But that cast 1 cannot beat that block 3. Pretty simple. Well, that's pretty much the basics of the gameplay and how the cards behave. There's a few more things to it as far as rules and regulations, but I'll spare you that and we'll wait till the campaign on those details.
Well, that pretty much sums up Omen Quest. I actually plan on releasing the game sometime in early March, and I hope you guys find the game interesting. And if you actually want to see more art from me, you guys can just follow the links below, either my Twitter or my Instagram. If not that, you guys can actually just hop on my website, and I'll probably post up a bunch of miscellaneous artwork from there. But other than that, I hope to see you guys later in March, and I hope you guys enjoy this video.